Glad to have you back here. Week 15, Thursday night football in the rain in the RXFL. Those of you that came back, I'm so grateful because it's been a dominant blowout. And most people, they aren't going to come back for a blowout. That's the risk you run when you stream it and you do it in two parts here. It's the London Monarchs who have their sights set on the #1 seed in the postseason. And they are continuing their dominating ways. John Elway has nearly 400 yards passing. He's got 4 touchdown passes in just the first half alone. At some point, I imagine you're going to get Mark Brunell in this ball game. The Marshals, they are out of the postseason. There's no postseason berth. They have 9 losses on the year. They're just trying anything. They tried Bart Starr in the first half. He turned it over like a machine. They tried Steve McNair, who's in there now. He turned it over. I'm hearing Tommy Kramer might be in the mix. For right now, it's been all about Elway and the Monarchs. So glad you're back to check this out here in the RXFL. And we got more coming your way. When this is over, we are going to stream the Chicago Wolverines and the St. Louis Rhinos, computer versus computer, with the in-game commentary. Because I got to rest my voice. I've done 2 full games and a Week 15 preview video. So I've done 5 videos here. So I need a little break. But I want to see this game. I want to see what's going to happen between St. Louis and Chicago. So we are going to stream that computer versus computer right after this ball game here for you guys. It'll be on twitch.tv. We ask you to hit the follow button. It'll be uploaded to YouTube at youtube.com/TBSports27 Sports Gaming. We ask you to hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button to follow along with us. And we ask you to show us your support and check us out at patreon.com/TBSports27. We got a big one, 4th and inches. The Monarchs are going for it. Yeah, no problem. We got a big one. Sunday Night Football is your Patreon exclusive game. And it is the Atlanta Dirty Birds and the Chicago Cougars. Both teams are battling for the playoffs. Tom Brady versus Dan Marino, a dream match between those two. Their careers just missed. Dan Marino rather, he went out in 1998, that famous 62-7 defeat. And Tom Brady came in 2001, so their paths just missed each other for the first time ever. Tom Brady, Dan Marino, patreon.com/TBSports27. That will be your Sunday Night Football exclusive ball game. We may even play it. You'll have to stay tuned and find out. So if you guys want to see that, do consider a Patreon subscription. We're looking for 10 new Patreons to unlock AEW Fight Forever. If we get 10 new Patreons that sign up at any level from $1 up to $20, then we will unlock and play AEW Fight Forever here on the channel with you guys. We're looking for 10 of them, so if you guys want to unlock that, if you guys want to see AEW game on the channel here, let us know. Hit those Patreon subscriptions. Elway dumping it off to Jones, and it's about to get even worse here for the Marshals.
Discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense. It has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They're really locked in on offense.
Oh, they're going to throw it. Elway, we're looking for 5 touchdown passes. Didn't quite happen there. I would think, depending on what McNair does with this next drive, that this is probably going to be it for Elway's day. And a little treat, stay tuned, because when's the last time you guys seen Mark Brunell play football? It's a little treat to see Mark Brunell in action. The one thing the Marshals have done extremely well is limit Jerome Bettis here. So 3rd and goal, hell of a house, hell of a goal line stand here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball.
We are going to see the Marshals, or I should say the Monarchs, go for it here again. 2nd time on this drive we've seen them go for it. They give it to the bus, and Bettis, how about the goal line stand from the San Antonio Marshals? You're telling me this team that's not in the postseason doesn't have heart and soul to keep going.
That attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time.
They want to play spoiler. They want this win.
Be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop.
Riggs, straight up the gut.
Good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And that run there does nothing but juice up.
My buddy just messaged and said the Stallions game at noon tomorrow. They just upped that game, I guess, maybe because of the rain.
You're almost jumping up and down jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big time options. You might want to think about play action and try and
Maybe because I'm guessing because of the rain. It could be.
2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles.
Breakers and Showboats. Due to the possibility of severe weather in Memphis, the start time of the game between the Gamblers and the Stallions has been changed to 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central Time. NBC Sports will start game coverage on Peacock, and then it'll switch to NBC at the end of the French Open. Wow, so you got to go to Peacock first.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
McNair out to Mike Ditka.
Complete to his tight end. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Someone said, what if you don't have Peacock streaming? It's ruined TV. Oh, boy. Well, you know, you just, I don't know, get Peacock. Get it for the WWE. Why not? All right. Marshall's trying to make this epic comeback a reality here. McNair and Gordon just doesn't hang on to it. Melvin Gordon, good night. Not Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon's a running back. Oh my God, that's Josh Gordon, former XFL legend, Seattle Sea Dragons, now on this team that was formerly the San Antonio Dragons, now the San Antonio Marshalls. So Josh Gordon, everyone. 31-7, a great goal line stand, which, like we said, might keep Elway in this game a little bit longer. McNair on the run to Ditka. Is a 28-point, and for all the people that didn't come back, because you knew there were people that watched the first half and said, I'm not coming back, it's a blowout. What if McNair pulls off this 28-point comeback? This is why you got to watch every game to the very end. McNair, play fake. He's rolling out. He is going to the end zone here, and it's the 3rd interception of the game. 3rd interception for McNair, 5 total for the San Antonio Marshalls. This is looking as bad as when the Detroit Lions played the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl when I was controlling the Detroit Lions. And it was a 6 interception performance. So now it's official. Tommy Kramer is coming in. I think the first time this year we're going to see Tommy Kramer have game action here. Oh, okay. That was supposed to be a play action fake. That, yeah. You guys want a little Tommy Kramer history?
7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
There we go. Maybe in between plays, we get you a little history here. Tommy Kramer from 1977 to 1990. University of Rice, played for the Vikings, into the College Football Hall of Fame.
On 2nd down,
Elway got drilled, got rid of it to Dante Lavelli. And Lavelli, oh my goodness, just gets knocked out of bounds. Tommy Kramer played with the Vikings, the Saints, comeback player of the year. He had 159 touchdowns, 158 interceptions. One of the 50th greatest Vikings of all time.
And then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
All right. 1982, that was the strike year. That was when Tommy Kramer played.
Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And he'll give it here to his running back.
The bus.
Inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one.
Do you think we'll ever see, I mean, we see lockouts, but do you think we'll ever see a strike season again in the NFL? Yeah, look at that. They didn't have any divisions that year. 8-1, a 4-5 Browns team got into the playoffs. They only played 9 games that year. Pretty wild stuff. But we are on Mark Brunell watch here with this impending touchdown drive. Oh my goodness! Oh! You had 3 guys right there. You had Tim Brown, you had Ed McCaffrey, and you had Dante Lavelli. And they couldn't get their grips on the ball. But they make up for it there. Timmy Brown. And I think that's going to do it. That is going to end Elway's day. A brilliant day from John Elway. And we're going to see the man that took John Elway's potential 3-peat Super Bowl away. Mark Brunell's going to come in here in relief of Elway. And you saw the numbers a moment ago. 400, almost 500 passing yards, 5 touchdowns. A just fantastic performance by John Elway.
So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
So now Tommy Kramer in an inevitable situation here. It's just going to try to put something together.
After the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon.
A couple of yards on the ground for Melvin Gordon. Not a whole lot, though.
Night continues. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Von Miller.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
And that's going to do it for quarter number 3.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. Set. 8. Read. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Kramer to throw it for the first time, and it's completed to Josh Gordon.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
60 or. You get block me. You get block me. Now.
Throwing on 1st down.
Kramer sacked.
To escape, and he goes down.
Mr. McCray.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Flush to his right.
Kramer had a lot of time, and Des Bryant is right there with the reception. So Kramer's moving it. Tommy Kramer is getting him to move the ball here.
I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention. Because
3rd and inches, high snap. Look at that. Oh, this game is killing me. This game is killing me because I did not do that. I didn't do that. Just, you know.
Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion.
He slipped in the rain. We'll say he slipped in the rain again, since Madden wants to bless us or curse us. Whatever.
On first down, Kramer.
And it's a 4th interception.
Picked off at the 22.
Whether it's Kramer or Starr, any quarterback that's going against this Monarch defense, watch out.
His career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner.
6
And I know he feels like the world
6
is
interceptions.
down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor.
They might as well be going to hell with this performance.
Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
So we're going to see Mark Burnell step in. Betta's staying out there. It's not been a strong performance for him. I can try to put in the backup, but like we saw in our last game, Madden's going to keep the starter in there, and he's just going to get injured. Who's even the backup here for the Monarchs? It's Tiki. Yeah, we just saw Tiki. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll put Steven Davis in there too. See what happens. See if the game actually does it. Or they keep Bettis in there and try to injure him. And Bettis is still in the game. Classic Madden. You know, what the heck. Pay me to game test. Give me 100 Patreon subscriptions. I'll game test and tell you everything to fix. My God. Like, if you sub a player, he should sub. Like, that should just be basic.
That one a first down pickup of 8. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys.
Bettis is still in the game, so I don't know. At least they sub quarterbacks. I don't know. Burnell. Oh, Bettis. Now they caught it out of bounds. I think that was supposed to be a handoff, that because of what happened, the play got kind of blown up there.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Second and 10.
It also kind of messed me up because I forget that Mark Burnell's left-handed, so I was kind of turned around a little bit there.
After a pickup of only a yard.
Oh, yeah. They ratified you, Bill.
More of here in the fourth quarter.
You're in the Constitution. Doors open, boys. Burnell gets brought down
Chris Harris speeds
by a former Bronco.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same.
An amendment to be.
Quarterback was hit.
An amendment to be.
inside the 20.
Look at this return by Riggs.
A great return there of 22 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are visitors.
All right,
to take
6
over.
Interceptions.
And in enemy
What's the pro football
territory,
record?
interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide.
Oh my goodness, and Kramer just airmails that one.
Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what we do?
Another high snap here.
The interception was
And Riggs, look at this.
a matter of the defense made a great play, so he continued to come back. But it
Touchdown, Marshalls.
For a touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year.
12 touchdowns for Riggs.
That gap just a bit. Well, they had done a really nice job.
Well,
through
there's
3
hope.
quarters plus, but you just had that feeling eventually he was going
5 minutes.
And this is why
A touchdown a minute. What do you think?
that it's a four-quarter game, right? It gets trite for us. It gets trite for the fans. This is exactly what they're talking about. What you did before was terrific, but will it stand up if you start giving up big plays as we saw there?
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick.
Here we go.
And it looks like this one won't work out.
And picked up by the Monarchs.
Fourth quarter, they felt
Monarch,
like they needed
Monarch.
the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time,
Fancy footwork there by Steven Davis.
actually recover the ball, which is what we
Steven
saw.
Davis in the Legends League. You got to fill out 32 teams, man. He had some good years.
Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The offense on third down tonight, just one conversion in 8 tries, not good.
1 of 8, did you hear that? I mean, that's dominant as they've been. Peluzny just able to get Steven Davis down.
A few yards short of the first down. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4.
And yeah, the Marshals, they're going to go ahead and go for it here.
Maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are.
Keep them on offense here. Keep winding that clock down. Burnell. Oh my goodness, in the pocket just collapsing on Mark Burnell. He has not performed. And that would, I mean, I don't want to encourage a bounty gate situation here, but if Elway were to get knocked out at any point in this playoff run, and the way Burnell played today, and you can't go off of one game saying that's how you're going to be the entire postseason, but I mean, you're looking at a possibility of being able to knock this Monarch team from the ranks here.
If someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
So second down, still 10 yards to go.
Remember, we still got more football action coming your way. We are going to be streaming it. St. Louis and Chicago. Playoffs on the line between those two teams. The Wolverines, they were 9-0 at one point. They have lost 4 in a row. The St. Louis Rhinos started off the season the opposite. They were doing terrible. They put together a bunch of wins down the stretch. Hayes couldn't hang on to it. And they actually had the surprising upset loss. Now, we saw a couple streams with the Rhinos. They played very impressive, and you saw the stats and the numbers. I mean, go watch some of the Rhinos games that we saw previously. Jim Kelly and company, Odell Beckham, like the hundreds and hundreds of yards they put up in those games. And they had the surprise upset loss. They lost last week to the Cougars, right? It was the Cougars, I believe. And that's going to be a good one. Something's got to give in that one. Either the Wolverines drop 5 in a row after a 9-0 start, which would be almost unheard of, or it might be a little too late for the St. Louis Rhinos in their comeback bid here. Kramer, meanwhile, has been moving the ball down the field.
The throw took him a little too far at second down.
Von Miller is hungry. He wants to. You see a little bit of that dirt, right, on Tommy Kramer's back. Von Miller wants more of that. Kramer steps up. It's a 4th interception. It's a third one for Roger Worley, which is incredible. It's 7 interceptions total.
3 interceptions in the game.
Is that a pro football record? I'm going to Google this.
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Jim Hardy of the Chicago Cardinals threw 8 interceptions against the Eagles in 1950. So, I guess 8 would be the record? Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles had 9. Oh, the Philadelphia Eagles had 9 interceptions in 1965. So, 2 away from the pro football record. I don't think we're going to get it here because I don't think, unless the Marshals are just maniacs and call a bunch of timeouts, the San Antonio Maniacs, like the Memphis Maniacs, they're going to wind this one out. But comeback didn't happen, but we appreciate every one of you that came back. In the meantime, you guys know what's coming up next. Chicago, St. Louis, we're going to stream it. Computer versus computer as we approach the postseason. It's going to be a good one. This one does have playoff implications. While this one didn't really have that much riding on the line for the postseason, this next one, huge playoff implications. We're going to talk all about it coming up next. But it is computer versus computer. Chicago, St. Louis, in-game commentary. I gotta grab dinner. It's 7:30, man. We went for a while with you guys. We went from 5 to 7:30. I want to say streaming because we were watching the USFL game, and I watched it for an hour. They went into a rain delay, and then I played Breath of the Wild for an hour, and they never came back, and now they're back. So I'm gonna watch some of that too. I'm gonna watch this. Join us tomorrow if you're watching on Twitch. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, but this is our XFL Saturday. And the Monarchs dominant. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the home team here, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire